Hello, everybody. It's me again, Catrice Horsley, and I'm jumping on here to answer some questions. So this is a question and answer for how to VaVaVoom your Zoom. I've been doing quite a bit of training for groups and for individuals about connecting using this digital device and trying to make it as human as possible, I suppose. And I'm going to handle two questions today. And these come up time and time and time again. And it's also one of the reasons I'm wearing my glasses rather than my contact lenses. Because the first thing that people often talk about are these. So the first thing is called give us a twinkle and not a glare. What do I mean by that? We want to see the twinkle in your eye. We want to see that connection. And quite often, because people are using direct light, all you can see on their glasses, on their spectacles, is the glare. So I've got reflected light at the moment. This would be a light shining directly on me. And already you can see this glare in my glasses. So when I'm talking to you, it will hurt your eyes to look at my eyes. I'm just going to move the light a little bit nearer. So again, this isn't good for you, and it isn't good for the people who are watching you, listening to you, this kind of a glare. So I'm just trying to get it there. Can you see that? Yeah. We don't want the glare. We want the twinkle. So again, turn the light away and bounce it off something, and you don't get so much of a glare. And I've talked about that in the previous episodes of how to VaVaVoom your Zoom. And the other thing, and I'm going to show this to you now, you might still see a very slight reflection of my laptop, of the screen. So what you can do, I'm going to do it while you're watching me. What you can do is you can go into your computer settings, and on displays, you can actually turn down how bright your screen is. So mine's gone quite dark now. So it's a little bit difficult for me to, it's not difficult, it's darker. The screen is darker. So when I'm looking at it, you're all in a bit of shadow, but you have way less reflection on my glasses. So in answer to give us a twinkle and not a glare, you can do two things. The first thing is that you should be using the reflected light. And the second thing that you can do is turn down the brightness on your screen. The other thing that I would suggest is if you have your camera at the right angle, which is eye level, here it is, then your glasses should be positioned correctly. If the camera is lower, let me tilt it for you, and you've got your glasses halfway down your nose and you're talking like this, again, it's like we can't see your eyes properly because your glasses are cutting across them. We want that eye contact. We want the twinkle. So make sure your camera's at the right level, eye level, about an arm's length away, and have reflected light, and turn down the brightness on your screen. So I'm just going to turn my screen brightness up a little bit because I turned it down slightly too much. There we go. I'm back again. So that's the first thing, the twinkle and the glare. So reflected light, glasses in the right position, and eye level, and turn down a little bit the brightness on your screen. And if you do that, you will not make a spectacle of yourself. Do you see what I did there? It was a joke. The second thing that people often ask me is where should they look, especially if they're talking to a group or another person. What I think is the best and what works very well is that when you're listening to a question, you look at the person's face on the screen. So I'm now looking at my face and I'm listening to what I'm saying. I'm not looking up here at you. I'm looking here on the screen. So I'm listening to the person. I would always say that if you're working with a group, you should have it on speaker view so you can see the whole face of the person. So not on gallery view, but on speaker view. So when the person's talking, you're looking here at their face. And then when you answer, you look at the camera. So I'm listening, I'm listening, I'm listening, and now I'm answering, and I'm looking directly at you. I'm looking at you and I'm making eye contact with you. So I think it is really useful to listen to the question and look at the answer. You're asking me a question, you're talking to me, the members of this group are talking to me, and I come in to answer. This is what I think. And you can see again, I'm using this space in between myself and the screen. That little bit of space leaning forward and leaning back. I hope that's helpful. Obviously, when you're talking to the person and responding, you don't have to stare at the camera the whole time because we don't do that in conversations even. You look slightly manic and paranoid the whole time. You know, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at you. No, you can come in, start to answer the question, make that eye contact. You can move your eyes in the ways that I've suggested in the other videos that I've done for VaVaVoom Your Zoom in quite a natural conversational way. But when you start to respond, look at that camera. Okay, I hope those are useful. And I wanted to share with you some of the feedback that I'm getting. I'm going to give you a couple of quotes that people have sent me. So one person said, I've been watching your VaVaVoom videos and using the techniques, and I just landed a new job. They were blown away by my presentation. I plotted the beginning, the middle, and the end, and I used a technique of reiterating with some rhythmic phrasing to emphasize my message. So using these techniques that I've shared with you have helped somebody do a very strong presentation, and they've now got that job. I did some training for a group the other night on how to use Zoom, and this came in. I just wanted to, well, it was sent to me, let me say that. I just wanted to tell those of you who did Catrice's training to know that I just had a 45-minute Zoom call with the CEO of a very large software company in the USA. He said I was one of the very few people who looked him in the eye and connected while talking. Keep looking at the camera, folks. So the techniques, if you can use them, are really effective. And if you would like a little bit of support on your journey to becoming comfortable with this and also developing other strategies, please contact me and I can offer one-to-one coaching, or if you're working with a group of people or in teams, then I can offer group coaching as well to make this human, to enable us to connect and to make the whole thing far more effective. So now again comes that moment where I have to look down and not look at you to end the Zoom. I've just done that. But then when you press end, you have to do that end meeting for all, where you look away once more. But now I'm looking at you, saying bye-bye and hoping that you have a great day. Bye-bye for now. And remember, keep contact with me, send more questions, and I will give you, if I can, more answers. Bye.